Hey, what's the business, YouTube? Good morning. It's Tuesday, and I have a topic. This is something I've always wondered. I've always wondered about this. Always thought about this. This has always pondered my mind. When it comes to this saying, this quote of God blessing America. Now, it sounds great. It sounds good. Definitely when you're an American and you live in America. But my question is this, and this is towards my Bible believing Americans, my so-called Christian Americans, those who subscribe to the gospel, those who call themselves believers. You try to be like Jesus Christ every single day. And you follow the Ten Commandments and you do all those things. Is God only supposed to be blessing you and America? When you say God bless America, isn't that a little selfish? When you say God bless America, isn't that asking God to just bless your land? Forget everybody else. Forget all those people who are probably suffering more than you are. Even though here in America, we are extremely blessed, still are extremely blessed. Even though the political climate may be in disarray, you still can get up every morning, brush your teeth, wash your face, go to work, come home. You're still blessed. So it's like, when you say God bless America, isn't that just a little bit selfish, even though people outside of this land are going through far more than what you're going through? Because to be honest with you, if we were to compare America to a lot of the places, we are still blessed, have been blessed, and will be more blessed than a lot of other nations outside of America. So when I broke this down, I thought about it one day. I said, man, as a believer and, as a Bible believing individual, somebody who believes that, we should be empathetic towards the stripes of others. We should not be so vain. We should be meek, and not puffed up and arrogant and prideful. Because when you say God bless America, there's a little bit of pride there that you're exuding by asking God to only bless your land, only bless America, only bless where you're staying, because that's the only thing that matters. And when you say God bless America, really you're saying God bless this country because it's the only country that matters. You may not think that it sounds that way or it is that way, but when you say God bless America, that's what you're saying without saying it. You're saying God only bless this landmass because our landmass is the only landmass that deserves to be blessed. It deserves to have the things that we have and continue to be blessed. I mean, America has enjoyed blessing on top of blessing on top of blessing on top of blessing on top of blessing. So it's like, how could you ask God to continue to bless you and this country continue to be a godless country? Because I know and understand that a lot of the citizens here truly believe that this country has been a Christian nation. And come to find out, in which I already knew this anyway, this country has been everything but a Christian nation. How this nation was put together was not done in a way that God would have enjoyed or would have liked to put together. This country was built on secret society. This country was built on Masonic orders. Look at your dollar. What's on the back of your dollar? Pyramids. Right? And then the God that they speak of on that dollar is not the God of the Bible. It's the God of this world, and that is Satan. So maybe when people say God bless America, that's who they're truly trying to channel, which is that is Satan. Because this country has never been a Christian nation. It has never been a God-fearing country. It has never been that. Because if we go over the history of this nation, people died, were murdered, raped. People were robbed. Things were stolen. History was erased. And I guess it is, if that's what's Christian to a lot of people, then I guess this is or what man deems as Christian. If that's what man deems as Christian, then I guess this is a Christian nation then. I mean, at that point, I guess this is a God-fearing nation. And when God, I mean God of the world, meaning Satan, not the God of the Bible. So, I think that we slap Christian and God on a lot of things to make it seem like it's righteous and it's upright, and that, it's above, reproach, and things are done right, and, you can, when you think about America and putting God on everything, you can gain a certain type of pride when you say God this, God bless America, Christian, and all that stuff. But if you were really to break things down, there's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on with this country and then the people of this country as well. Because when you talk about anything outside of America, a lot of people don't want to hear it. If you talk about other people who are suffering besides Americans, a lot of these so-called Christian Americans, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. You can't. It doesn't compute. They can't, understand anything outside of what's going on with them. And that to me is extreme selfishness. You only want to understand things that helps you further along. And that's the people of this country, the citizens of this nation. They have a very one-way track mind. It's very simple, and it's very prideful. It's very arrogant. It's very pompous. And that's the citizens of this nation. That's the average citizen of this nation. And I'm not going to talk about which political party or left or the right. It doesn't matter, because it's at the top of that pyramid, Satan is the god of politics. Satan, Lucifer, the real God of this world, the real God that has been blessing America, Satan. That's who's been at the top. That's who's going to fill the capstone on the back of your dollar is Satan, the architect of this country, the God of this country, not the God of the Bible. Because if this was truly a Christian nation, like people like to assert that it is, things would be a lot different. Things would be a lot different. We would be able to really search ourselves as people and really care for those who are less fortunate other than other Americans. We would realize that, what, God has, we've really been getting blessed. So, what, let's try to bless others who are less fortunate, other than saying, what, only God should be blessing us because we feel like we're the only ones who deserve to be blessed by the God of the Bible. It is just us. Because if you talk to a lot of people, nobody outside of America, it's nothing. There's nothing. The only landmass that exists is America. And they have a lot to say about other landmasses outside of America, and it's a lot of criticism. They want to criticize other nations outside of America, but not realizing that the system of America has went to other nations and destabilized other nations and created issues in other nations. And that's why a lot of other countries have the issues that they have. It's because we involve our business. We involve ourselves in everybody else's business outside of America. And then you just see the aftermath. People here in this country, they see the aftermath of it, and then they judge it based on their their critiques on, or based on their how can I say this? Based on their standards, as if our country's entities didn't go over there, destabilize their government, and put people in power that we would want in power, that's going to serve our needs. That's the American way. That is the American way. So I just find it quite hypocritical to say that God should be blessing America and that's it. And nobody else deserves for God to bless them. Nobody else deserves to be as stable and blessed as we have been for the past 400 years. So I just think that we need to think about the things that we say, a lot of us, and to think about the things that we support as supposedly, because there's a lot of so-called Christians in this country that are Christians. I think that it's like 70 to 80% people who call themselves Christians in this country. And if that's what a Christian is, if the average American is a Christian, man, we're in trouble. Because the average American is, wow, is very selfish, is very arrogant, pompous, only cares about themselves and what they got going on, prideful, no critical thinking, easily, you can easily get them to follow anything that has to do with American flag, Make America Great Again, or God Bless America. You can put God Bless America, American flag on anything, and people will support it. They don't even have to know anything about it, all because of that. So signs and symbols, that's how the world is ruled, through signs and symbols and a whole lot of dramatic, theatrical, political stuff. That's how this country is ruled. So, yeah. God should not just only be blessing America. I would think that God should be blessing this entire world, because He created it. Even though the God of this world, Satan, is in control, I, as a believer, would pray that God bless this entire world, this whole, His creation. For those that went to seek Him will find Him and have salvation. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters, is getting people saved, not just America. So it's your favorite black guy from Nebraska. Yes, there's black people in Nebraska. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.